Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hi, my name is Julia, and today you can see the topic stocks under $15 that are going to be returning massive profits. Yes, because when you have these stocks, you're going to be earning all year. So this is my own kind of research, and I felt like I should bring it to you, my financial besties. All right, so I feel like you should know about these stocks. I thought about talking about three, but I think I'll add one more to, make it super delicious. Hi. So today we're going to be talking about stocks under $15. But just before we get started, let's talk about what's been happening in the market lately. I'm sure you're excited to hear that. So today was actually a public holiday, or is a public holiday, depending on when you're catching this video. It's actually a public holiday, and I just wanted to pull up the fear and greed index because this is one of the tools that I actually use to analyze and see where the market is going. You can see we are still in the greed region. So I usually take profits here and I sell more of my stocks when we get into the extreme greed. So we are still within the greed, and the stocks indexes are actually down. So you can see here a lot has been happening within the stock. Volatility has been ripping off, and so many things are happening. So if you have time, you can actually head over to CNN Fear and Greed Index and read about it. So it will give you more details. All right, so let's get back into our video so that you can enjoy today's video. So, like I said, on Friday, major US equity indices actually closed lower last week because there's a lot of macroeconomics fear, all right? And Nasdaq fell 2.3%, which is a lot. SPY fell 2.5%, including Dow Jones. So, the main catalyst actually is the Moody's downgrade of US credit rating from AAA to AA1, which actually caused a lot of fear in the market. And at the same time, President Trump, or Uncle Trump, he also brought in a 50% tariff threat on European goods and also proposed a 25% levy on non-US iPhones. So you see, it's going to be a crazy week. So we're going to be looking at key factors and key activities that will be happening this new week. On Wednesday, we have FOMC meeting, and just after that, that will be happening, okay, 6th to 7th, all right? So we're going to be looking at Fed's decision of, holding rates unchanged. At the same time, Nvidia is reporting their earnings on Wednesday. Immediately market closes. It's going to be a real banger, all right? So if you're keeping an eye on stocks, make sure Wednesday you need to be watching the market like a hawk from morning till evening. All right, so you are going to be keeping an eye on these stocks that are under 15 for massive profit. You are looking at capital gains and, of course, passive income. So welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time, hi, welcome. My name is Julia. On this channel, I teach you about personal finance, but most importantly, looking at how to make money using the stock market. So stick around, watch to the end, pick some of these stocks. You can do your own, research, know when to buy and all of that. And I'm going to give you more information. So major updates, of course, I've talked about fear and greed index. I've talked about market current situation, about Moody's US credit downgrade rating. So let's go to the chart. I told you I'm not going to gatekeep. I'm not going to waste a lot of time. I'm just going to run straight into the stocks. Okay. So I have the iTop, the Honest, and Soundhound, and of course I added CleanSpark. So if you are ready, let's go into the chart. So keep your eyes. I just want to drop this information because I know it's going to make a lot of sense for you. First of all, don't guess or gamble. Do your research before you invest in any stock, all right? So prepare. This weekend was such a long one that we had a lot of preparation, and I gave people in my VIP community, the focus and the direction for what they should do in this coming week. We follow trend and with the direction, and we take our profits. We know how to take profits so that when market pulls back, we don't feel bad. We buy more when the stocks, especially our favorite stocks, begin to drop lower. It's called dollar cost averaging. Okay, you can Google it. But let's get into the charts and let's look at the stocks. I like to show you the stocks real time. Let us look at the first one called iTop. Now, first of all, iTop is, a great company. Let me show you. I like going to the profile so you get to read more about the company. iTop is actually a leading Brazilian um bank and a financial service provider. Okay, you can see it here. Brazil-based provider of diversified banking and non-banking services and products. They are doing great. They are into a lot of things. So we can go and read it up. You can go online and read it up. Okay. So let's go back into the chart. So this has been their growth so far. And this is since January. Okay. Up until now. So this company recently in March, actually, they issued a 10% bonus share payout to existing shareholders. So if you hadn't had the stock by then, sorry, oh. They also gave their shareholders one additional stock for every 10 shares. So if you have 20 shares, you get extra 2 shares. If you have 200, ha! Oh, you see the good thing about stock market. So even people that are working in the bank that don't own this stock, they don't even get this type of goodies that shareholders get. So you see, I love this stock because they are into a financial servicing company. So it's a very sustainable business and they have solid revenue growth. And honestly, they are also looking into corporate loan. That's where they're also growing from. And I saw that this stock has been growing very well. Look at this, from $4 to 6. So even if you got it at $4 right now, you've made 50%. See, even with small stocks like this that cost you, some people tell me, yeah, ma, they come to my email and they send me a message and they say, this particular stock, Nvidia, Google, Amazon, they are all expensive. So now I'm talking to you about cheaper ones. So that's number one. Now the second one I'm going to talk about is the Honest Company. I kind of like their name, the Honest Company. I love it, really. So let's see what they do. The Honest Company is a personal care company focused on creating cleanly formulated and sustainable designed products. So it actually offers personal care. They have diapers, wipes, adult facial care, skin, cosmetics, so many things that people need. And skincare is such a big area. I love this stock because they used to be up to $8, and currently look at it. So any price you get below $5 is such a great buy. If you buy this stock, give this stock time. They may the thing about this type of stock is that they may not move fast compared to Nvidia and all of that, Palantir. Those ones have momentum, all right. But this one, it may lag behind for a while around here, between 3.7, 3.8 to $4, $5. And if you grab it and just cross your leg, as it's going up, you're taking your profit. If you want to learn how to take profit, please join our VIP community. That's where I teach this particular strategy. Okay, so grab it and then let this stock ride back to 8.9 or even more, because I see this stock going to actually $10, because I've seen a lot of analysts rating this particular stock, and many of them are giving it a rating of 50 to 80% upside potential, which is amazing. Really, I love that fact. So this stock can do wonders for you if you can grab this opportunity. And that is the second one. Now the third one I'm going to talk about is SoundHound. This stock is one stock I love so much. So SoundHound AI, yes, it's an AI stock, but it's actually engaged in controversial intelligence. So they offer voice AI and conversational artificial intelligence. So they do a lot of things which is like the future. Many people are beginning to move into the faceless things, faceless videos. Most people do not want to show their faces, and this is where they come through. They do a lot of things. They are into healthcare, smart devices, restaurants, so many smart ordering. This is like the future. And last year when I was talking about Palantir, this is SoundHound now. So this is a good time for you to grab this particular stock. Okay, this stock used to be around $20, 25 almost. It actually hit almost 25. You can actually say 24.98 is almost 25. And I know that this stock, after the last drop to $6, it ran to 12, which is 100 whole percent. And now it's sold off. I expect this stock to, it has a strong support here. Look at this, around $9. Look at this area. It has a strong support here. If it breaks this support, then it's heading back to 7 range. But grabbing it at 9 is not entirely bad. If maybe Nvidia reports sending on Wednesday and this stock and Nvidia drops, this may likely drop. And if it breaks this support, it's heading to 7. And that will be another sweet spot. Many people are going to step in to buy this particular stock because they are looking to see this stock get back to 30. This stock will one day get into the 50s. You will remember I said that. So that is it. And now I actually promised to add one, which is something that you know already. CleanSpark. Why am I adding CleanSpark? CleanSpark is actually a Bitcoin mining stock. You can see it here. CleanSpark is a Bitcoin mining company. So as Bitcoin is doing exceptionally well right now, just recently had a new all-time high, these stocks are going to pick up. We used to have the stock around $7, and now it touched 10, came down, trying to hold on to this support. If it breaks this support, it's going to touch around 8.5 or 8.4, and it's going to pick up. You can see it's actually on its way up. But let me take it to the weekly so that you get to see. This stock used to be around 24. So if you grab it here at $8, $9 and ride it up until $20, $17, $18, $19, $20, and all that, you are going to really, really enjoy yourself with this particular stock. So I felt I should, give you this information. Thus, I have not done any good thing for you. And this is our beautiful Nvidia. So this is where we are right now. So we're almost coming to meet this. So if they report their earnings and it shoots up, then we're going to hit this 153 most likely. But if they report their earnings and it sells off, it's most likely going to come and retest this 112 range. It's going to come around 117 to 112. If it breaks 106, then it's heading back to the 80s or 90s. So that's what I wanted you to see. The last time they reported their earnings, they did very well. Let me, take it back to the daily. So the last time they reported their earnings, you can see they reported their earnings and it jumped, okay? And then later he sold off a little bit. So I actually feel like this time around is going to either take off, but I feel a little bit like it's going to sell off a bit. That's my own view. So make sure you keep an eye on that. So I wanted us to see that. So you can join our money community. We have the basic stock to wealth where you have access to video lessons and you get your app set up. And then we have the VIP, which is my favorite, where you, beyond all the apps and stocks and financial planning, you get to see the stocks I'm buying, you see the stocks I'm selling. I show you how to take profit. I give you stock recommendations and teach you how to do your own research. So the link to pay is in the description. Make sure you grab that. Of course, the disclaimer is that the things I share in this video are for educational purposes. So do your own research before you invest. But if you wish to learn from me, of course, join the community. This is my new book, The Money Baddie. It's very cheap, 2,500. So you can't afford to join any of the communities. You can start from here. Click in the description. You'll see the Money Baddie seller link. Please click and get the book. Of course, I'm so happy and glad you enjoyed this lesson. I would see you in the next video, which I don't want to tell you, but you'll be happy. So subscribe, drop a comment, tell me the stock you're about to buy. Tell me, and like this video. Thank you very much.